Hello, welcome to this 15-minute Moon Salutation flow. We are going to be doing a cooling and grounding meditative yoga sequence to help calm the nervous system, improve flexibility, and connect to your intuition. For this practice, you'll need a yoga mat and a couple of blocks. Once you're ready, let's start at the front of the mat in mountain pose. Standing tall, feeling grounded through the three corners of your feet. Lower belly is hugging in, engaging your legs, your bottom, rolling your shoulders up and down and away from your ears, palms gently shining forwards. Feeling really tall in your spine, feeling the length coming out the crown of your head. And start to bring your awareness internally, noticing your breath, noticing the inhales and exhales through your nose as you begin to ground yourself in this practice. On your next inhale, reaching your arms up overhead. As you exhale, bending from the waist over to the right, keeping the length in your spine. Inhale, coming back up. Exhale, bending from the waist over to your other side. Bending over to your right, feeling a lovely stretch along the right side of your body. And inhale, coming back up to center. On your next exhale, stepping out with your left foot so you're long along your mat. Toes are pointing slightly out. Inhale, your arms up overhead. Exhale, bending through your knees and your elbows. Squatting in your goddess pose. Knees are out over your ankles. Shoulders are away from your ears. Inhale, reaching up. You're going to turn your left toes 90 degrees, right toes facing forward. Exhale, bending down into your triangle pose. You can have your right hand on your thigh, your calf, your ankle, or the floor. Reaching your left arm up, gazing at that top hand if you're able to. Before returning both hands to the mat, turning both feet towards the front of your mat, and exhale, bending from the waist, thinking about getting your thigh to your belly. And then coming down into your half crescent, making sure your right knee is stacked over your ankle. Inhale, reaching your arms up. And exhale, sinking through your hips as much as you're able to. On your next exhale, lowering your hands down to the mat, curling under your left toes. And from here, we're going to turn and open into our side lunge. So you're bending through your right knee, coming as low as you are able to. And it's fine if your right heel doesn't quite reach the floor as well. You can be higher up in this pose. Inhaling and exhaling comfortably here. Placing your hands onto the mat and then swapping sides. So now you're bending through your left knee, coming over to the left side of your mat. Your right toes are up if you're able to. Keeping your hands to the mat or balancing your hands in prayer again. And remember, that left heel might not quite be reaching the floor. You can always pop a brick under it if you need. Placing both hands down to the mat. And now we're going to be turning towards the other side, the back of our mat, lowering our knee and coming into our high crescent. Inhaling up. Exhale, sinking through your hips, making sure your left knee is stacked on top of your right ankle. Heart is open, gaze is lifted. Exhale, lowering both hands to the mat, curling under your back foot, your right toes, and you're going to come up into your pyramid pose. Both legs are extended. You're thinking about bringing your belly to your thigh as you exhale, folding from your hips, avoiding rounding through your spine. Inhale, lift your chest, and then open your right foot 90 degrees, keeping your left toes to the front, opening your body up into your triangle pose. Shoulders are away from your ears, your gaze is to the ceiling if your neck allows. Inhaling, bending slightly in your front leg, reaching up in star. Exhale, sinking down into your goddess pose. Toes are open, knees are open, shoulders are away from your ears, and your knees and elbows are bent at about 90 degrees. You're going to reach up, big stretch, and then turn towards the back of your mat again. And we will repeat. So reaching your arms up over your head, inhale, exhale, bending over to the right, feeling a stretch on your left side of your body. Inhale, straighten up, exhale, bending over towards the left, feeling a stretch on the right side of your body this time. On your next inhale, coming up, and we're going to be stepping out again towards the left. So left leg steps back, and you're going to be spread out wide along the mat again. Inhale, reach your arms up and out in star. Exhale, bending through your knees and your elbows in goddess pose. So with our moon salutations, we rotate around the mat. It's nice to have a different perspective of your room. Inhale, reaching your arms up, turning your toes towards the back of your mat again. Exhale, right hand down to the thigh, the calf, the floor, reaching your left arm up into the sky in your triangle pose. Keep your chest open. If you would like to find a bind here, you can bind in your triangle pose, or you can remain in that open arm, reaching your left arm up. Wherever you are in your practice, make sure you're not sacrificing the breath, keeping it steady. Releasing the bind if you're in it, and lowering both hands to the mat, facing the back of your mat. And exhale, folding from your waist, hinging at the hips, belly to your thigh in your pyramid pose. Both legs are extended, both toes are pointing towards the back end of your mat. Inhaling and exhaling fully, lifting up in your chest, lowering your left knee this time. And we're going to come back up. If you wanted to challenge yourself, you could keep your knee up and we'll come into high crescent instead of low crescent. Inhale, exhale, lowering your hands down to the mat. Coming into our side lunge again. Bending your right knee, extending your left knee, hands in prayer, or keeping your hands on the mat for extra support if you need. Either using your hands to transition over, or if you're able to, keeping your arms lifted in prayer and swapping over. So now we're side lunging on the left side, bending through the left knee, right leg is extended. Replacing your hands down to the mat now and swiveling into a high crescent with your left leg in front, reaching up, arms above your head, gaze is lifted, chest is open, maybe moving into a slight back bend here if you like. Inhaling and exhaling fully. On your next exhale, lowering your hands down to the mat, and we're going to lower back into our pyramid pose. Both toes are facing the front. Inhale, lift, lift your chest. Exhale, folding over your front leg, belly to thighs, neck is relaxed. Inhaling and exhaling fully, not sacrificing the breath. Turning your right feet 45 degrees, we're going to open up into our pyramid again, keeping your left toes towards the front of the mat. Either reaching your right arm up to the sky or taking this opportunity to find your bind, whichever you'd prefer to do, remembering not to sacrifice the breath. Inhaling and exhaling fully, keeping your chest open. Shoulders are relaxed and away from your ears. On your next exhale, looking down to the mat, release your hands to the mat. Before turning your toes out, standing up tall, reaching your arms out towards the corners of the room, and exhale, sinking into your goddess pose. Remembering knees and elbows 90 degrees. Inhale, reaching up, and then stepping towards the front of your mat again. Big inhale, arms up over your head, gentle back bend. Exhale, allow your hands to come to your heart center. And just take a moment to think about your practice so far, how it's making you feel. For this next part, we're going to be doing standing balances, so you may wish to have your bricks handy. We're going to be doing moon pose, which can be quite challenging on your balance, so I'd recommend having a brick at the front of your mat. Starting in mountain pose, you're going to inhale your arms up over your head with a gentle back bend before you exhale, forward fold to the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold a little bit more. Stepping back now with your left foot, ground your left heel, right toes to the front, left toes out 45 degrees. Inhale, coming up into your warrior one pose. Nice and strong, heart is open, hips and shoulders square to the front. Before you open up into your warrior two, where your hips and shoulders are square to the long edge of your mat. Your arms are suspended in air with an energetic flow. Gaze at your front middle finger. On your next inhale, coming back to the front through your high crescent, step forward onto your right leg, lifting your left leg up into your warrior three, flexing your foot, hands in prayer at your heart center, softening your standing leg. Now reaching for your brick if you have it down, start to open up your chest and your hip, so you're opening up into your moon pose. This can be quite challenging with balance, so finding something still to focus on. Lifting your arm up to the sky, gaze at your top arm if your neck allows. And then exhale, step back into your goddess pose. Keep hold of your brick as we'll take it on to the other side. Exhale, bending your knees, bending your arms, lifting your brick up, sinking a bit more through your thighs. We're going to transition now to a wide leg forward fold. Hold the brick behind you, and as you exhale, forward fold, allow the brick to reach towards the mat, stretching your shoulders as you bend forward, lowering your arms as close to the mat as your shoulders allow. Inhale, engaging the legs and the belly, coming up to stand. Exhale, sinking back into your goddess pose. Inhaling, placing your brick now at the back of your mat, and we'll do the sequence on the other side. Inhale, coming up into your warrior one pose with your left leg in front, knee bent, right foot behind you, right toes out 45 degrees, left toes towards the front. Opening your shoulders and your hips now to warrior two. Gaze your drishti is at that front middle finger. Exhale, sinking through your hips, arms suspended with an energetic flow. Bringing your hands now to your heart center, hinging forward, balancing on your left foot. Right leg extended behind you, warrior three. Having a softness in your knee of your supported leg. And then reaching now with your left hand to your brick, right hand to your right hip, starting to roll open your chest and hip into your moon pose, reaching your right hand up to the sky, right foot is flexed, hip and chest is open, gazing at your top hand, before lowering your foot down. Let's come back into a wide leg forward fold. This time bring your feet so they're parallel together. As you exhale, draw your lower belly in, bringing your body and your head more closer to the mat. Arms are behind you, holding onto your brick. Slowly standing up so you don't get dizzy. Head is the last thing to come up. Now turning your toes out again, we're going to come down into Malasana. You might like to use your brick to sit underneath you, or you can keep your arms out in front for some added challenge. Lowering your hips to the mat in your deep squat. Bringing your hands to your heart center, using your elbows as leverage to open your hips up a bit more. Inhaling and exhaling fully through your nose. And then lower your bottom so you're sat in butterfly pose with your feet together. And just move your brick over to one side. Inhale. Exhale, forward fold, folding from your hips. Avoid rounding too much in your spine. And again, inhale, lifting nice and tall, tall spine. Let's make our way to the mat. We're going to lie down in supported butterfly, so putting some bricks under your thighs. The closer to your hips the bricks are, the more support you will be offered. The closer the bricks are to your knees, the deeper the stretch you will feel. So making your way down to the mat, lying comfortably. If this butterfly pose isn't comfortable for you, then please feel free to either bend the knees with the feet down or extend your legs out in front of you. Take a moment to reconnect with your breath, noticing your inhales and exhales through your nose. I'm just going to leave you here for a few moments while you reconnect to your breath. Starting to bring some movement to your fingers and your toes. Gently lift your knees and maybe hug them into your chest, rocking gently side to side. Slowly make your way up to a comfortable seated position. Sitting up nice and tall on both sit bones. reaching your arms up over your head, palms together, drawing them to your heart center. Exhale, Namaste. Thank you so much for practicing with me today, and I can't wait to see you again soon. Take care.